People have been asking me, so I wanted to do a video. Is it possible to buy a business with zero down? The answer is yes. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a couple of examples when that happens. There are times that you can actually have zero down and buy a business that cash flow and a great deal. So stay till the end of this video, and I'm going to give you a tip that is going to make it worth your while. That tip alone could put about $200,000 in your pocket. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Leo Landaverde, business broker and commercial lender, helping you buy or sell a profitable business. If you are a small business owner looking to diversify your wealth by buying another business or a different type of business, or if you're an employee, an executive, looking to leave the rat race and buy a profitable business, you're in the right place. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell and you'll be notified every Thursday when a new video comes out. All right, we're going to be talking about two deals here that were zero down. No money out of pocket for the buyer. So let's dissect these deals. First one we're going to be looking at is a car wash business. In this particular car wash business, there was a $2 million loan involved. It was an SBA 7A loan for $2 million in California. Yes, in California. So how was the buyer able to put zero down? Does it mean that he had no money to put down? No, not really. He had money, but he didn't have to. And here's why. So the funds were used to expand an existing car wash business by acquiring 3 other smaller car wash businesses. For over 4 years, the buyer was actually the general manager of a car wash business where he was not an owner. So he was working as the general manager, but he did such a great job and built such a great resume that he was able to go ahead. We partnered with the existing owner of the car wash business as a minority partner, and thus leveraging the existing owner's expertise. So he became 80% owner on 3 more car washes, and the one that was the majority shareholder on the smaller car wash became a minority. So I know it's hard to follow, but here's what's important. The deal was such a strong deal in terms of cash flow that it became down payment neutral, which means that the SBA, by evaluating the 2 borrowers with had excellent credits, excellent experience, same industry, like for like. Remember what I said about risk before, right? The more experience in an industry, it lowers the risk for the SBA lenders when they're evaluating the management team. So you had a killer management team buying 3 car washes. The seller of the 3 car washes was willing to take on a good size seller note. So ended up being an 80% loan to value, $2 million loan. The actual purchase price was somewhere in the neighborhood of about 2.4, 2.5. So it was 2.4 plus closing costs. So it ended up being about 2.5 million. So think about it. So $2 million SBA loan, $500,000 that came from elsewhere. And where did it come from? Seller carried a note and willingly carried a note, even though the SBA lender was putting a moratorium on the payments that the seller was going to take. And even then, it would make sense because it was such a great cash flow deal. It was a clean deal. Everything was fully reported in the tax returns. Even though the IRS doesn't like cash businesses, I personally don't like cash business. This business took very little cash. It was basically swiping. It was a pretty nice, beautifully constructed car wash business, and it was a win for everybody. The seller got whatever actually, there was no finagling on the purchase price. It was exactly 100% of the purchase price was paid. It was validated by the cash flow of the business. It was a solid debt service coverage ratio. The SBA lender knew the space, liked the deal, liked the locations. The borrowers had excellent credit, great management experience, great personal financial statement, great net worth. It was just an all-around good deal, and it was 0% out of pocket for the buyer. Okay, If this video is resonating with you and helping you, please like and comment on this video. You see, comments are the currency within YouTube. YouTube loves interaction with the videos. When you comment on this video, the algorithm will go look for people similar to you, looking for the same answers to the same questions, and serve up that content to them, and thus everybody wins. Please like and comment on my video. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. So that's number one. Let's talk about another business. So we're looking at a plumbing business. You know, plumbing businesses are good. Plumbing, electrical businesses are always good businesses. They're actually recession proof. So let's talk about this plumbing business. This business was actually in Florida. This was a plumber who was an employee of a long-standing plumbing business that had been in business probably for like 20 some years. He was just a good plumber who wanted to buy a business, a plumbing business, which he knew everything about. So he was not the owner. He was an employee of this existing plumbing company. He went ahead and bought, probably at a, not sure if it was in the same city. I think it could have been like 50 miles away. Was able to buy a plumbing business. And check this out, was a stellar borrower with good credit, had good credit, and he received an SBA 7A loan, which is normally a variable rate loan, with a 6% fixed 10-year term loan for the acquisition of the business, which was just under $2 million, which included $250,000 in working capital with no down payment. There was a piece of real estate involved in the transaction because the seller of the business actually owned a small building where the business was operating. So, which is pretty normal, it's a great wealth building strategy. If you actually own a business and rather than being a tenant, you become a landlord for your own business. So you have an LLC, you control 51 of the space. So long as you do that, you can get a 504 loan. But I'm not talking about the real estate piece. I'm talking about just the deal. The buyer was able to put 0% down. Does it mean that the buyer had no money? Not really. The buyer had a healthy savings account, but because he has good management experience, great credit history, great overall knowledge of the industry, was able to lower the risk profile of the SBA lender. And so you heard me talk about two deals. So here's the tip for you. So just to recap, in both cases, both individuals were experienced operators with excellent track record of managing businesses, even if those businesses were not their own. For the SBA, the risk of lending decreases dramatically when the new operator has management experience in that industry. Remember, it's all about risk mitigation for the SBA and the SBA lenders. The SBA lenders worry about cash flow and they worry about risk. If you didn't watch my video about how to evaluate a business to buy, I suggest you go to watch the video that I did last week, which goes into great details of that, and all these videos are actually in playlists. So here's the pro tip, the thing that you've been waiting for. If you don't have the required management experience to lower your risk profile for the lender and potentially avoid having a down payment, you could partner up with someone who does have the experience. They don't have to be the majority shareholders. They could be just a minority. In fact, if they are less than 20%, they don't have to personally guarantee the deal. But you have to find somebody who is willing to go in there with you, who has the experience. You get them under a management contract. They get to have a piece of the action. They bring the critical experience. You learn that know-how, they learn experience, and for that, in exchange for giving somebody less than 20% of the company, you get to put 0% down. Now, with that said, there's a lot of underwriting that goes into an SBA loan. There's a lot of due diligence that happens on a business. I'm not going to say that every business is going to be eligible for a 0% down. It is on a case-by-case basis, but as these two deals prove, it's definitely possible. So hopefully this video helps you. Thank you so much for watching my videos. For a limited time, I'm giving away my cash flow calculator, a tool that I use multiple times a week when I am analyzing businesses for sale for cash flow. Please, I've done videos on this. People have downloaded by the hundreds. I think you'll benefit from it. If you are in the market to buy a business, it's a tool you gotta have. Please download it. The link is on the below. Go ahead and download it.